So from the video, the movie Alien Covenant, another badge, building better worlds. And here it says Wayland Megacorp, mega corporation, a big corporation. Now, what is this Wayland? You know, I did it here, Swissy Giga. Here he's standing, like he's holding the beast, like he's being pregnant and holding his stomach, like, you know. And it is sort of being pregnant with the beast, or, you know, being pregnant with this idea of his, you know, with all the sarcophages here behind it, and they're all popping out here. A whole nest of them, you know, the monsters. So the Wayland, you know, here W and here Aland. If I put here the S and here ISS, I get SWISSY-AL. Well, I know it's a bit far-fetched, but that's what they do, these creeps. They do very far-fetched things, you know. And it does fit in a way, doesn't it? SWISSY-AL. And here it says sort of ISIS here, ISS, which is also sort of another space, the European space thing, isn't it? Isn't it called ISS? I think it is. And you see this, you know, Hross in the Hross matrix. And he's got two horns as well here. And with all this in his stomach, you know, it's all transhumanism. There's nothing human here. I can't even see what it is, you know. And so Wayland, I suppose it means Swaziland, you know. So until we come up with something better, then let's keep it this way, you know, because it all fits, even if it might look far-fetched. But, you know, when I showed you and I told you that the alien, you know, comes from Switzerland, you probably, in the beginning of this video, you probably must have thought, oh, okay, homie Hross is exaggerating now, you know. But then I gave you the proofs, you know, that this guy, he's the guy that was pregnant with the alien video, you know, like here. Or pregnant in his head, you know. And then he puked it out on the world, so to speak. And then from the movie Alien Covenant, at a very, just a fraction of a second, it showed this here, Dr. E. Shaw. E. Shaw. I mean, who's that, you know? And these are the wings of Hross, of the winged sun disk, just as this here. Now, this is Hross himself, and here's the sun, you know. And there's the concept of 3 in it, 1, 2, 3, and here as well. And these are the inverse pyramids of death, as the poor souls in the concentration camps had on their chests. It also showed the W, like here, the W for Wayland Corp. And here I wrote it down in another way, you know, saying Swaziland or W-A-Land, Wayland. Which is supposedly the Wayland Megacorp. So Swaziland is the Megacorp. It's a mega corporation, you know. They are ruling the world. It's fair. All the NGOs are there. It's a Megacorp, yeah. All the money, all the banks are there. It's a mega corporation, yeah. Even ruling over America. They got all key positions, like in Wisconsin, everywhere, you know. All these American presidents, like Herbert Hoover, a real Hoover, and the director of the FBI, could be his brother, you know, also a Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover. They look exactly the same. Swaziland or Wayland is the Megacorp, really. You know, where Klaus Schwab is from, you know, where the biggest pharmaceutical companies, Roche and Novartis. And then this guy Giga, you know, and who was pregnant with the alien idea, you know, literally, I'd say, yeah. And also Aleister Crowley meeting that Swissy girl, like Leah Hersig. It all boils down to Swaziland, and here it says. So it isn't far-fetched that Wayland is probably Swaziland, because Swaziland is the Megacorp, out of which the whole world is being ruled. Everything is there, the Red Cross, the United Nations, everything. And there never is any war, nothing, no terrorist attacks. They even finance the Hamas and everything. They're behind everything, you know. It's the Wayland Megacorp, the Swaziland Megacorp of Hross and the Sisters of Isis, les Sœurs d'Isis, Sœurs Isis. I've told you all this, hey? And here it is, the Wayland Megacorp. So this image here, which I've shown you in the beginning of the video, it is real. Swaziland, and here the alien covenant. I've proven it to you. Klaus Schwab, Giga, etc., etc. This is real information. It's solid. And this image is also real. Alien here with these creatures here. And here Swaziland with a lot of blood, and you know, it's real, people. All the proofs are in this video, all the facts are in this video, all the pictures and the images are in this video, the whole history is in this video and my other videos. The Swiss beast, home of the devil. And also this image here is real, it's a reality. Swaziland is the beast with the 7 heads, and this is probably what their heads look like. They also have the 7 hills, you know, in the die 7 Kurfürsten. Watch my video, Helvetic Horror Heidi, maybe on my other channel. I've been giving you all the proofs, people, and they got 7 heads of state, you know, who divide 10 ministries amongst each other. The beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And they got the 7 hills. It's all there. You can't miss the signs and the symbols. It's all visual now. It's visible. Even this thing here, left bottom in the image, which word I may not pronounce because of the censorship and the total dictatorship, looks like the Horus sun disk. So here's the word I'm not allowed to pronounce, otherwise they will take my video off. So this here, Pharaoh's flu, and here is the sun. You see the name is the same here, this name and this name, and this is the sun disk, the winged sun disk of Horus, which you see in that video, Alien Covenant. And the Alien Covenant, you know, it shows the sun disk here all over in their badges, on their badges, saying the covenant. But it talks about the beast coming inside, and which happened right afterwards. So there is a connection between this tiny little thing here and this huge thing here, which all comes together here in this symbol. So it's all the same, you know. So this one, that's why they show the winged sun disk of Horus, you know, because this here, this tiny thing here, what goes inside of the organism, looks exactly like this one here. Even the name is the same. You see what I mean? And this is not a coincidence. No. So all these 3 things here, what you see in this image, they're all interconnected, both in the virtual world, in the video, as in 3D, in the real world. So this is this tiny pharaonic flu. Here is the sun with the same name, these and these, I cannot pronounce it. And this is the covenant, which is Horus, the badge. And then there is this video, the Alien Covenant. And it's all connected to ancient Egypt and the winged sun disk of Horus, which is the common denominator. So the video is connected to Egypt. Of course, the sun, it's a sun disk, is connected to Egypt. And then the monster inside, both in 3D, the real world, and in the video, is connected to ancient Egypt. And also all of this is, of course, connected, and this is where it all came from, you know. And their base here, from these ones here from Egypt, this is their base. And, you know, somebody made this artwork like on a wall somewhere. Do you really think it's the people doing this? As you know now, this is all connected with the winged sun disk of Horus, because that's what it's showing, Horus. And the circle here, it is the sun disk. That's what the sort of the holy symbol here. It's the sun, Horus, you know. So you see here the mask and, you know, like a little heart here. And so you think somebody just spontaneously, you know, by miracle made exactly this symbol here with these colors of the pink list killers as well? Or do you think it's one of their artists, like the Giga guy, you know, who was assigned, you know, and got paid for it to put this on a wall somewhere, you know, just as all the other secret symbols, they are like transmitting informations like on walls, in videos, in stone and everywhere. What do you think it will be the answer, the first one or the second one? Well, I tell you what it is. It's not a coincidence. It's one of their artists working for them and belongs to these pharaohs who made this, because it's not a coincidence. You know, he made the sun disk here over his head connected to Pharaoh's disease, you know, and also connected with the with Horus, with the wings. Well, this is not a coincidence, eh? And then all of it is a covenant and a conspiracy out of the base of Pharaoh, the beast, the Swiss beast, home of the devil. It's all here. It says the covenant, and this is the covenant where the Knights Templars, they founded their base. And I just proven it to you, how the idea of the beast inside in the Alien movie, it came out of this base here by Giger, and then the execution by Klaus Schwab of this here, it also came out of the base of Pharaoh, and is all connected to the winged sun disk of Horus, which is the covenant. The covenant is the Horus matrix, and this is why the base here is never in any war, not the First War, not the Second World War. Never are there any terrorist attacks, not the 30-year war, which was the worst of it all. And then it's all connected. They got their World Health Organization, you know, like sort of what you see here with the saint symbol over it, you know, they got it in Geneva. You know, everything is there in that country. It's really is the base of it all, the base with the 7 heads and the 7 hills, and the beast. Here you see the beast. You know, it's divided like what you see in the nice flag and everywhere, you know. But underneath is the beast. You know, if you pull this off, you see the beast. That's why Voltaire, you know, the French philosopher, he said, in Swaziland, half of the population, they live in paradise. This half here, you know, and the other half, they live in hell. Now you see it here, 50-50. And then, after that, Pharaoh's poison afterwards, that will eat you up from the inside out, just like Giger's alien monster does. And then, calling it the Great Reset, Re and Set, assembled together from the pharaonic gods Re and Set, the gods of day and night, Re or Ra, the sun god, and Set, the lord of darkness, Re-Set, reset. Swaziland, the base of Pharaoh, having their fingers on it all over. And you all remember the Swiss alien money I already showed you 10 years ago in 2013, where Swissy shows their reptilian money. So here you see it's green, reptilian, it's 50 Swiss francs. And here you see the eyes, here you see the head, here another eye, here the nose and sort of a moustache. So it's here on this channel here. You see, it's 10 years ago on Gatsefrats. And here's the title. So you type in the title if you want to see that. And also their octagon money and other weird alien creatures, which you can see here. About Swissy knows a lot more than they reveal. So here to be seen at my channel, GRACIAS. So here you see the long-legged creatures. I think this is 100 Swiss francs, or now they've got another one. This is, here there are 8 pillars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, octagon, with a circle for the concept of 3, and I think there are like 4 feet for the concept of 4. So, and this is the same video, title 10 years ago on my channel GRACIAS. I also filmed Swissy's new banknotes full of subliminal messages 3 years ago in 2021 here on my channel Giureh. Swissy even shows on their 10-franc bill from 1981 the Nibiru celestial constellation long before Nibiru even got discovered. So here you can see it. The Swissy already had it on their 10-franc bill, and then the Nibiru, it got discovered a couple of years later. You know. And here is the Giga alien guy again, with the runic symbols for victory. So the aliens are going to be victorious over humanity. Here, this is alien here, and this is alien. It's all over. It's the Swiss beast, the home of the devil. You know, got no other words. And just look at Swissy's 500 francs bill with a head out of proportion and far too big to be human. You all remember my video about Swissy's brachycephalic heads concentrated in Swaziland, whereas the rest of the Europeans have dolichocephalic skulls. Here's the alien, and look at this head. It's way too big. It's not in proportion to the rest of the body. So everything is alien in this incredibly creepy country, and I live there, you know, and they terrorize me. It's not human there, you know. The things they do is not human. It's on their bills. It's on everything they do. It's not human at all. It's all alien. All their money bills, it's alien. They make this sort of creatures by giga. And then there is the Pharaoh's poison and the World Health Organization and Klaus Schwab. It's all alien stuff, you know, that they want to destroy humanity, you know. It's all concentrated in the Alps, where the 7 hills are, the end times hills. In my video, the Helvetic Horror Heidi. So here it is about, this is brachycephalic. So it's really a scientific video I made here with proofs. And this is dolichocephalic. This is the skull form of most Europeans. And this is the skull form as it is concentrated in Swaziland. So they are like a completely different species, and they behave like a different species. So I made this 8 years ago, probably 9 years ago, and on my channel GRACIAS, here is the title. So it was in 2015. Oh, right. And I got arrested again on July 16th, 2015, a week later. So this video probably really triggered the arrest. When my daughter was only 3 years old, crying her heart out. My younger son, 12 years old, he was traumatized for years after, and he still is, you know. They really terrorized my children and everything. So I uploaded this July 5th, 2015, and on July 16th, I never forget it, they arrested me again. There were police all over. So right after I made this video, so this is an important video for them, they really don't like this, they recognize the proofs, the scientific proofs that I put out in this video. You know, it's only 15 minutes, and this probably triggered the arrest. And they put me in prison again for another 3.5 months, and I lost 30 kilos, more than 30 kilos in 3.5 months. And they tortured me then again with oxygen deprivation, the code O2T. So please download this and save it, you know, because this channel, they're going to take it off. It's not going to take long anymore. They're going to take it off, I told you. And if you people, if you don't cooperate with all this, and then you know, I can't do it all alone, you know. Then this information, I spend so much time doing this, giving it all to you as my present to humanity, it will be lost, and then we have nothing. So it's up to you. But yeah, okay, I know, you know, you are consumers, you know, most of you, you're just consumers, and you can't really organize, you know. Well, that's humanity. I did what I could, but if you're not going to do anything with it, it's going to be lost, and humanity will be lost anyway. There's something awfully wrong with that country. Even their Templar money is full of aliens and reptilians. This is not a joke, people. This is very serious. And I give you all the proofs bringing the invisible to the surface and make it visible for you by taking off the magic veil over the most creepy place on earth, out of where these creatures rule over their human livestock and the entire earth. I know a people who made this covenant with evil for their own personal interests and advantages, thus betraying the rest of Europe and the entire humanity. And I know where this country lies, where the evil pharaohs have their base, where they made the covenant with the Sœurs Sisters of Isis, and out of where they rule the entire world, totally enslaving humanity, and through endless horizontal wars killing the fathers, the so-called patriarchy for the devastating Horus Matrix. I know where that country is, with their 7 heads of state and 7 end-time hills, where all nations traded with her Templar banks. So I'm gonna read you here the original pharaonic text about Horus, and it starts with chapter 12 here. In the 360th year of Ra-Heru-Kuti, who liveth forever and forever, his majesty was in Takens, and his soldiers were with him. So you can read with me here. Eh? The enemy did not conspire against their lord, and the land is called Uatet unto this day. And Ra set out on an expedition in his boat, and his followers were with him, and he arrived at Utes Heru, which lay to the west of this nome, and to the east of the canal Pakenu, which is called to this day. And Heru Behutet was in the boat of Ra. And he said unto his father Ra-Heru-Kuti, I see that the enemies are conspiring against their lord. Let the fiery serpent gain the mastery over them. Then the majesty of Ra-Harmakis said unto thy divine Ka, the soul when you live, O Heru Behutet, O son of Ra, thou exalted one, who didst proceed from me, overthrow thou the enemies who are before thee straightway. And Heru Behutet flew up into the horizon in the form of a great winged disc. There we go, the winged disc, right? For which reason he is called Great Lord, Great God, Lord of Heaven, unto this day. And when he saw the enemies in the heights of heaven, he set out to follow after them in the form of the great winged disc, and he attacked with such terrific force those who opposed him, that they could neither see with their eyes nor hear with their ears, and each of them slew his fellow. In a moment of time there was not a single creature left alive. Then Hero-Behooted, shining with very many colors, came in the form of the great winged disc to the boat of Ra-Harmakis, and Thoth said unto Pa, O Lord of the gods, Behooted hath returned in the form of the great winged disc shining with many colors, children. So here there's some things, that couldn't be translated or couldn't be read. Yeah. So I continue reading. You can read with me, or you can just lay back and listen. For this reason he is called Hero-Behooted unto this day. And Thoth said, the city Teb shall be called the city of Hero-Behooted, and thus is it called unto this day. And Ra embraced thee of Ra, and said unto Hero-Behooted, thou didst put grapes into the water, which cometh forth from it, and thy heart rejoiced thereat. And for this reason the water or canal of Hero-Behooted is called grape water unto this day. And Hero-Behooted said, advance, O Ra, and look thou upon thine enemies who are lying under thee on this land. Thereupon the majesty of Ra set out on the way, and the goddess Estertet was with him, and he saw the enemies overthrown on the ground, each one of them being fettered. Then said Ra to Hero-Behooted, there is sweet life in this place, and for the reason the abode of the palace of Hero-Behooted is called sweet life unto this day. And Ra said unto Thoth, here was the slaughter of mine enemies, and the place is called Teb unto this day. And Thoth said unto Hero-Behooted, thou art a great protector, Maka. And the boat of Hero-Behooted is called Maka unto this day. Then said Ra unto the gods who were in his following, behold now, let us sail in our boats upon the water, for our hearts are glad, because our enemies have been overthrown on the earth, and the water where the great god sailed is called Pekan-ur until this day. And behold, the enemies of Ra rushed into the water, and they took the forms of crocodiles and hippopotami. But nevertheless Ra-Hero-Kuti sailed over the waters in his boat. And when the crocodiles and the hippopotami had come nigh unto him, they opened wide their jaws in order to destroy Ra-Hero-Kuti. And when Hero-Behooted arrived, and his followers who were behind him, in the forms of workers in metal, each having in his hands an iron spear and a chain, according to his name, they smote the crocodiles and the hippopotami, and there were brought in their straight away 651 crocodiles, which had been slain before the city of Edfu. Then spake Ra-Harmakis unto Hero-Behooted, my name shall be here in the land of the south. You see, the land of the south, that is the Perhet, which is Upper Egypt in the south, which means the White House, which is a house of victory or strength, and the house of Hero-Behooted is called Necked Head unto this day. So here to the red it says Pharaoh was identified with Horus since the beginning of history, and Hero-Kuti, Harmakes Horakti, Horus of the horizon, the morning sun. Ra-Hero-Kuti, Re-Horakti, the combination of Re and Horakti, which was the main god of Heliopolis in historic times. Takens, it's Nubia, and Uatet, also Wawat, is Lower Nubia. Utes Hero is Edfu, and Hero-Behooted is the house of Edfu, became to be identified with Re-Horakti. And here you can see the winged disc, Only a pair of falcon wings were a symbol for the heaven. What the Nazis have, what the jaywalkers have, and in the film, the Alien Covenant, it's they're falcon wings.